So the first question is, what's the requirements to declare a major? At UCLA, when you are admitted, okay, Tiger and Tina, are you becoming automatically a CS or CE student? Or there are requirements to fill before you declare a major? Okay, Tiger?
Yeah, sure. So at UCLA, I believe when you're admitted, you basically get whatever major you applied for, you basically just get that. They'll tell you right away, are you eligible for CS? And then I believe you just basically declare it right away. And then I believe the process for changing majors within the engineering school is also not super difficult. But yeah, you get to declare that right away, I believe.
Oh, that's why we all love UCLA. Wow, no risk. Yeah, very good. And Tina, any additional comments?
Yeah, so I actually came into UCLA as a computer science and engineering major, so CSE. And so within the School of Engineering, it's very easy to switch. You just have to like fill out a form and meet some very minor requirements, such as getting like a B- or something in some certain classes. But I switched into computer science from computer science and engineering. But if you want to switch into a school of engineering from another school, it's a little bit harder there. So you have to meet a lot more requirements, like a GPA requirement or passing some other certain classes.
Okay, that's good. So what Tina's saying that switching major in School of Engineering is easy, but switching between different colleges at UCLA is a little bit difficult, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so the same question go to Juna and Mike at the UC Berkeley side. What's the challenge there?
Okay, yeah, I can start. So for Berkeley, our CS major is in the College of Letters and Science. And so when you apply, you basically apply to the college itself. And when you're accepted, you get accepted as an undeclared student. So for the College of Letters and Science, you come in as undeclared, and then you have to complete a few courses and get a certain average grade in order to declare like any major really. But for CS, there's 3 main courses that you have to take, which are CS 61A, 61B, and CS 70. And you need an average grade or you need an average GPA for those 3 courses of a 3.3. And then after that, the process is really easy. You just fill out a form and then you process it and you're declared.
Okay, probably that's why a lot of people have the perception of Berkeley being difficult. Okay, that's great. Okay, and Mike, how about DS, data science as a major?
DS is actually much easier to get into because it's the same situation where you just apply letters in science and go in undeclared, but you don't need the 3.3. I think you only need a 2.0, like most of the other majors. So okay. It's not capped.
Okay. So yeah, for folks that they have more humanities majors, but they want to get into a little bit of the STEM, probably DS is do you recommend DS? Like
DS is still mostly STEM though. It's like might be a little more on the stats side, but it's still a lot of CS, and you have to take a lot of lower div and upper div CS. So there's not that much humanities actually.
Okay, I got it. It's very hardcore CS, the STEM oriented. Okay, thank you, Mike. And Amber, I know, very difficult. I just watched the movie yesterday. I recommend everybody watch it, documentary, Try Harder, about Lowell High School, and everybody want to get into Stanford. So Amber, your turn.
Yeah, actually for declaring CS at Stanford, it's pretty easy. So you get into the school undeclared, and you can declare anytime, even in your first or second year. You're required to declare by sophomore spring though, and they'll remind you for that. But yeah, there's no like classes or specific requirements in order to declare. You just fill out an online form anytime in your year, and you can also change majors whenever you like as well. So yeah, it's fairly straightforward for that particular declaration.
Okay. Very flexible school, but you admit very limited number of students. So okay. Right. And Caitlin, UCSD, and a lot of our this year from CCA students are going to UCSD. So a lot of parents and the students are online.
Okay, yeah. At UCSD, I feel like it's pretty similar to UCLA. When you first get admitted to UCSD, you're either admitted directly as a CS student or you're not. And you have up until, end of your sophomore year to declare a major. And if you weren't declared as a CS major when you were admitted, you will have to apply. The way it works is a little different from UCLA, though. You do take a handful of underdiv classes. You have to have at least a 3.3 GPA, and then you can apply. And when you apply, you're entered into a lottery system, and they choose several people out of the lottery by random. But if you were admitted as an engineering student at UCSD, it's also really easy to change into CS. So it sounds like it's pretty similar to UCLA, but we just have like a weird lottery system there. Yeah.